Welcome to Doing Business in Ghana on the TG Africa YouTube channel. And in this video, what I wanted to discuss is some of the unfair advantages of the diaspora here in Ghana. Now, there's a very interesting development taking place here in Ghana. So, as a lot of us in the diaspora are actually returning back, a lot of people here in Ghana are actually trying to leave the country at the same time. And if you were to speak to a local and you told them that you're not actually just here on holiday, but you're here to stay, they will look at you very strangely and they will think there's maybe something wrong with you, because the dominant view is opportunities are primarily available abroad. So if you find yourself already living in a place where a lot of people here see as a paradise, then it would make no sense why you would want to come back here and actually live. And to a lot of, reasons, I can actually see why the locals here have that mentality. And I've actually come to the realization that most of the best opportunities here available in Ghana is not actually accessible to the local population. And the reason why I say this is because some of the best opportunities here in Ghana require a certain level of startup capital, which is extremely difficult for the average Ghanaian to be able to raise themselves. And on top of that, Ghana hasn't really done a good job at developing a robust investment ecosystem which is capable of supporting grassroots entrepreneurship and startups at various levels. So if you compare a place like Ghana to maybe a developed economy like the US, and you look at someone like Mark Zuckerberg and the whole story behind Facebook, essentially this was just a young man in Harvard who built a platform which was meant to give a networking opportunity to people within, the college. But from that original prototype, he was able to receive multiple rounds of financing over a 10-year period to take Facebook from that basic inception into what it's become. And unfortunately, in Ghana, such opportunities are very rare because, like I said, the investment ecosystem hasn't been well developed. Although there has been, positive signs of venture capital coming in and some angel investors. But for the most part, in Ghana, if the average person is serious about trying to finance a business, then they would need to raise the money somewhere. And this is why the diaspora have an unfair advantage in this particular area, because it is a lot easier for the diaspora to raise this kind of capital as compared to the local population. But the big irony about this whole thing is most of the diaspora are not actually aware of the opportunity available to them here. So it's only really a few of us who are actually taking advantage of the opportunities here. And another reason why the diaspora has an unfair advantage here in Ghana is purely as a byproduct of the exposure to living in a developed economy of the West, whether it's been in the US or the UK or Europe. Because by default of living in a developed economy, we've had the opportunity to be exposed to some really good ideas and some really good solutions to problems. And because we've been exposed to, these good ideas and good solutions, it places us in a unique position where we are able to transfer some of the best ideas in the developed world and bring them over to a place like Africa. And what we are able to do is to really, we don't even have to be very original. All we simply have to do is to look at the West, look at a place like the US, the UK, depending on where you're based, and actually see what are some of the good ideas here, what are some of the great solutions that have been developed to address some of the problems, and then find a way to actually implement them in a place like Ghana. Now, what I will say is you can't just simply copy and paste some of the ideas over from the West or some of the solutions that have been developed, because Africa is unique. A place like Ghana is unique. It has its own set of challenges and particularities. So the real strategy is how can you actually adopt some of the good ideas from the West, some of the good solutions, and implement them in a way that is uniquely Ghanaian or uniquely African, in a way that will actually go towards addressing some of the problems that plague Africa in order to support the development. And that is really the best approach to do this. And again, this is something that the average Ghanaian is not going to have an opportunity to do, because for the most part, most people here in Ghana have not traveled or spent extended periods overseas, which inherently means that their scope of what is possible is extremely limited. Whereas because we have had that exposure to developed economies, it puts us in a unique position to think a lot more creatively, be a lot more innovative, and actually introduce new ideas here in Ghana in a way where the local population will struggle to do. And it's these reasons why I truly believe Ghana is a place where the diaspora can play a transformational role in its development. And it is why I'm very strong on trying to alert the diaspora of the unique advantages that they have here, because the diaspora is in a perfect position because of the fact that they can raise the startup capital needed to finance some of these business ideas, but also because of their unique insights in being able to transfer great ideas and solutions to help support the development of a place like Ghana. So I hope you found this video useful. And if you would like more information or advice on doing business here in Ghana, feel free to book a consultation with us. And I will make sure to grab yourself a copy of The Great Return. And I'll see you in the next video.